Hello, guys. Welcome. I'm so excited for today's guest. So welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. We are going to be talking about the business world, and we are going to be talking to former actress, socialite, the owner of Spoiled, which is in Melrose, and she has been seen on Bravo. So I would like to welcome Miss CeCe Hendriks to the show. I'm so excited that you made it here tonight.
It was a task. It was something.
I love it. So how have you been?
I've been great. I actually have no complaints. You know, I did the COVID test. I was really not wanting to do that because sometimes, I'm a theorist. And I was thinking, well, what if they're putting COVID up your nose?
I've heard that from other people. You're not alone.
I had to take the test, but I had to take the test because I was doing this show. And so, now shows like almost every day are making you do COVID tests. So I did this show and I was going to do a show and then somebody backed out.
No.
I was supposed to be doing this game show and one of the persons backed out the day of, mind you. So I took the COVID test for no apparent reason.
Oh, no.
But I'm negative. So I don't have it.
That's so funny that you said that because I actually took the COVID test. I've taken it twice now. I had to do it once in the hospital, and that one, they go really far up. And then I did one in the drive-through recently, and I didn't go as far up, but it was uncomfortable. But I just found out right before our interview, I'm negative.
Right. See, oh wow, that's good. Look, we have something to celebrate.
Exactly. I love it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't think I had it, but just in case.
Yeah. Better be safe, I guess.
Yeah. Now everybody in the house has to take it. Now that I've taken it, because I'm like, well, now you guys can give it to me. How about that? Like, I'm not taking that. I'm like, okay. And then every time he coughs or sneaks.
Oh, that's so true, though. Yeah, I ended up having to take it because I have a couple of friends that ended up testing positive. And then I was like, oh God, I just saw them recently. So this is
oh my God. Yeah, that is it's just so sad because it makes you scared of people now.
It does. It's like the new norm. Life is so different now. Yeah.
Exactly. And you can't hug. You can't hug anybody anymore. I'm not even doing that with my son. Like, ooh, I love you, son.
Love you from over here. Yeah, or like the elbow.
He's such an affectionate kid too. So it makes me sad that, but kids are gross. So you're not touching me. I don't, I'm old. I might not be here just because you hugged me.
I love it so much. So just to go back to some of the viewers. So we actually met through one of my interviews I did with you on Sheen Magazine, My Second Family. And that was so much fun. And you were going through kind of a hard time then because your store had been vandalized.
Yeah. It had been looted the day of, it was crazy because COVID hit and then we were dealing with that. And then once we were able to open back up, next thing you know, we got looted. And, a lot of trials and tribulations since then. I would say with my business, to get, I think when we spoke last time, it was about me being upset, some people thinking that looting was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is weird because no one likes to have anything taken from them, right? It's the strangest thing. So a lot of people felt that looting is justified. And of course I don't, because I am a business owner. And to sit there and remember, I sat in the actual store watching my store get looted. So they didn't take as much as they probably would have had me and my husband been not gone, there. But it's just the simple fact that it's just like, wow, how could you do this? So eventually, of course, we got back into reopen the store, only to be shut back down, and then reopened it, only to be shut back down.
Oh my gosh!
So it's been, an up and down process. So financially, I would say it hit, and it's hit everyone. It's just not me. I'm not going to take it. It's not all about me,
right?
But it is. But it's hit everybody. So this year I'm not even thinking to even hit even, even cut even, because
Yeah.
Right now we're open. And as we speak, I have my people at the store working, but unfortunately, LA is shut down again.
Wow.
And it's ironic because you're supposed to stay home, but retail is open. So it's confusing. It sends mixed messages, which I don't understand of what the government is doing, or our, government, our mayor, whatever. Because you're saying, hey, don't go out unless it's a necessity.
Yeah.
And of course, it's sending mixed messages, but we're going to keep the malls open and retail open. So it's not really a necessity to go get a shirt because you can't. I was about to cuss.
This is real.
And then I can't go anywhere. And even if I do, my hair's not done. Or I can't go get my nails done to go actually to the mall, because I like to look pretty when I go to the mall.
Yeah.
You get treated better.
Yeah. Yeah. Sadly, but true.
Right. So I can't go get my nails done.
Yeah.
So what I did, ironically, when they said they were going to shut down again, I went and got my hair done and my nails done. I don't know how long this shutdown is going to last. I see you got yours done too. Right. I was like, girl, and put it on thick.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because a lot of people I know, like in New York and LA, are really shut down. I'm in Florida, and our governor has kind of decided not to really shut things down. So it's almost like COVID doesn't even exist here.
Over there, yeah.
It's weird.
Coming over there. Like, this is ridiculous. It's not fair to, I get it, but I don't. It's like one of those catch-22, because if you have the malls open, why can't we have because they closed all our restaurants. You can't even eat outside. Like, they closed it. It's only for takeout. So every restaurant is closed. And before, we had them open and you could just do it outside, and they started coming back. Then they just closed all that last weekend.
Wow.
So now you can only do takeout. Then they, did the hair salons, can't go to hair salon anymore or get your nails done. So, but then it also says within the restriction that, you can only come out the house. There's no driving. There's all this stuff, but the malls are open and retail is open.
That makes no sense. That's so confusing.
But
that's
so it's such mixed signals that I'm open, but I'm really not open, because a lot of people are going to stay at home and shop online.
Yeah.
So that's the interesting thing, is that it's geared me in a way where now I'm doing more online sales, and I'm gearing toward, putting all my energy and revamping my whole website and revamping everything to where now everything is going to be online. And I think even for a while, every business is going to start doing online, especially retail, because it's put a lot of retail people, especially like people like myself, mom and pop, out of business, because you can't pay the rent. And I'm going to say this, and I hope that my landlord is listening. You can go down on the rent,
Yeah, it's so true.
You won't go down on my rent. We have asked for, relief.
Wow.
And that's the other thing. People are not going down on leases and rents and stuff like that. These landlords want their money. There's no, I've heard some people are giving the relief, but you're still going to have to pay it back. Like maybe next year or something like that. So it's just so unfair economically of what's happening. And I think a lot of people are not, the higher ups are not realizing. Of course, they never really did, even in the 1920s. I mean, come on now. They don't care. Because history always repeats itself. And when the stock crashed in the 1920s or whenever it was, I mean, people were hurting. They didn't care. So, I mean, at least we're better off. We can eat bread, and we don't have to stand in.
That's true.
We've moved up.
We've moved on.
Right, But I think it's sad because we don't get the relief, so I'm still paying the same rent or what have you. But all I'm doing now, which is interesting, is I'm gonna revamp everything and making it more online. I'm still gonna keep the store, but I'm getting more sales, obviously, online, because people don't want to go get up and shop. And I was very against that at first, but now I call Ralph's. Hey, can you bring me some water?
Yeah.
You're getting a little gallon of water, $2.99, $3.99, and then they get here and it's like That would be $29.99.
Yes. Yes. Oh, girl, I feel you so much. I feel you so much. Yesterday,
I ordered food. Get in the car.
Yes.
Shit, because at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? What's $20?
That was me yesterday. I was ordering some food and I was like, my meal is like not even like $10 and I'm paying $27 for my meal.
Right. And you're sitting there going, this is crazy. Like, it's insane. And it's making us lazy, unfortunate. And we're going to pay for being lazy. Because I literally just don't want to get in my car. And it's more not wanting to get in my car because it's fabulous. Trust. Both of them. It's just, I don't feel like putting on a damn mask. I really don't. I don't feel like going shopping and barely being able to get the water, standing in long lines. I'd rather spend the $20 to have it delivered, honestly. And it's sad because I thought I would never get to that point. Because at first I'm like, that is so lazy. I'm not doing that. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. That's so crazy. That's so true, though.
It's good. So I think I was thinking about this because my husband was saying, he's a money man. So he's an accountant. So he's money.
Okay.
So he's like, financially, it may be best to give up the store. And I'm not like that. I'm like, this is a hump that any business can go through and only the strongest will survive. And I think that it just in person as an individual, a person, and I'm not going to give up just because of this one hump.
Yes.
It's a long hump. It's an expensive
but it's one.
Yeah. About 3 humps, in the past 6 months, but it's
You've had a lot of humps. You have. It's 1 year.
Right. Like,
yeah.
But I'm gonna get through this hump,
Yes.
So we've had discussions, some arguments about, his thing is like more, let's just give it up and start something else. Yeah. Well, say we start something else. And this is a good business thing too, because say we do start, I've been in business for six years now.
Wow.
I've had the store. And 2 years of those, though, actually it's 7 years now. So 2 years I was online because that's how I started. You know what I'm saying? So I started online. So to me, revamping everything and gearing it toward just doing online sales is nothing for me because that's how I started. So I said to him, I understand what you're saying, but what happens when another hump comes and we've started a whole nother business and created a whole nother business, and next thing it'll be another something or another. Shit, who knows? War. You don't know what may come next. You just don't know these days. What happens when that hump comes through? So we're gonna give up, again, and like, what? Let's start something else. I'm like, we'll have like 50 businesses by the time we 80. I'm not doing that. If we keep going through, can't take the humps. And that's also a big business tool for those who are giving up, and feeling like, I'd rather just start something else. Why? If it's going, well, if it's not going well, then, maybe think about it. But even if it's not, to me, you started and you created a brand.
Yes.
You stick with that brand no matter what, because if you don't, even if you start something else, I think it's a lesson our parents taught us. You know what I mean? You keep poor. You what is the word? Not persevere. Persevere.
Don't persecute.
Persevere, no matter what. And I had to say it in these terms. It's just like marriage. Every other day I want to divorce you, but
it's so true.
Mad. I want to get out. I do, but
you marry your business.
I persevere because I know eventually I'm not going to be mad at you tomorrow, and we're going to have dinner and everything is going to be great, but I'm still going to be mad.
Yeah. But you can
say that because today is our 12th year anniversary.
Oh.
And so I'm like, do you know how many times I wanted to just quit this shit? I mean, but I persevered. And here we are. Yeah. How business should be conducted, honey. And
yeah.
Like, well, I guess if you put it like that.
Just like that. I love it. You guys are so cute.
Right. Like you gotta put it in man terms. Man, you gotta help them understand shit because
Yeah.
He wasn't getting it. I'm like, he was like, no, we just start something else. What else would we start?
Yeah.
And honestly, right now, when I'm looking at it, online services is great right now. If anyone wants to start up a business right now for online, and if I did do something, this idea thrown, I would start up like a delivery service for right now. I did think, and that's the difference between, I think, creative minds and like him being an accountant. Right. Opposites attract, because I bring all the humor and all the but then he knows numbers, because I'm not good at that shit. I'm like, just give it to him. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
Just money. And he's like, what are you talking about? It's just money. It's our money. Oh yeah, that's right.
True. Good point. Yeah.
So that is the difference. And that's good to have that as a combination, because he balances me. You know what I'm saying? So I think in business, he balances me. So even if I thought, like, if you do online services right now and you go and create, for those who want to start something else, online business is just booming right now. So if you started like an online, maybe, service, because, you see like Ralph's and all the grocery stores are doing it, and maybe sometimes they take too long. Now, that's the other thing. You're paying all that money and you're sitting there waiting for 2 hours. Like, I want one.
I'm hungry. Yeah.
Right. And with everybody doing it, it takes an even longer time, because everybody's like, so I think right now, anything online and a delivery service of some sort is excellent right now. And I thought about that, to maybe create something like that, because that is going to go very far. Because now you got Amazon doing it, right? You're starting to see their little trucks everywhere. Something called Caviar. I just saw yesterday. I'm like, Caviar? That's new. Honey, there's a place called Caviar. Let's go to that restaurant. And it turned out it's a delivery service. So.
Yeah, so many different things popping up. That's so crazy with food and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's a great business for those entrepreneurs that are thinking of what, again, but you got to have a different niche. So you got to think of something different that Amazon or Postmates and all of them are not offering, of course. Maybe faster service, or, something, because
I love that.
That is really, or I thought of a high end, like if you don't want to go shopping and you see something online, hey, I'll go pick that up for you. Right?
That's a good idea. You should do that. That's a really good idea.
I don't want to do anything else but what I'm doing, though. That's, I don't mind giving that to somebody who is listening.
Yeah. You have all the ideas.
Right.
Just that you already spread thin.
Hey. Yeah. But I create, because right now, even with the particular subject that we're talking about, I think right now is the time for entrepreneurs.
Yes.
It is a great time for, if you want to start something right now, is the perfect time. Number one, you're focused more, right? Because you got nothing better to do. Maybe in Florida, you guys do.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. You're always welcome to come here, though.
I'm like,
I know. That kind of like gives me weird vibes, because it's like COVID doesn't really exist. The bars, the clubs, the restaurants, everything's like normal. I'm like, it's not though. So it's kind of like weird.
Yeah, like it's still a weird energy no matter what. Because I've gone to Arizona. We might even go there this weekend, but it's still a weird kind of darkness of some like, energy wise. It's still not the positive, lively, like how we were a year ago. So yeah, I agree with that. But I think for entrepreneurs right now, it's a perfect time to focus and do something that maybe you didn't want to, you were too scared to do, but now is the time to do it, because you do have more focus. We're needing right now is an opening for new ideas, fresh ideas. I used to, and I still do, look at blogs and stuff, celebrity blogs, and I find them so boring. Look how boring they really are. I mean,
yeah.
They are. Because I thought they were going to keep me entertained during all this, but you're so boring.
Yeah, step it up.
But like, seriously, you thought I would thought it was going to be more like things happening to celebrities and like, oh my God, she did. Now you're like, they bought a car. Okay, you were always buying a car. Renting a car. It doesn't enthuse us anymore. So even celebrity lives is not appealing to us like it used to, because now you're starting to see that they're just normal people just like us. True. You know, they're not making money either.
That's a really good point.
And they're starting to come up, think about it, of ways to make money because they can't go and do concerts, and that's how they make their money, or they can't do shooting movies and blah blah. So they're coming up with doing strange things like the OnlyFans stuff. Like, who knew? Like I didn't know you could go so low. Why?
I was actually thinking about going on OnlyFans, but I would be teaching dance and exercise stuff. It would be more like a PG version.
Still, they're finding, but that's my point. Finding ways other than, doing what they do is going on, but some are doing other things, girl. Now, I don't know what you're doing in your classes, but I've seen and heard they doing other shit. Like,
yeah, they are.
Who knew?
I was shocked by someone who I know a couple of days ago that I saw do a preview for an OnlyFans, and they're like a friend, and they're like someone who's in the industry who I never saw them that way, and I was like, I had to put the I was like,
oh my God! But people trying to make money, like, what do you do when the check stops? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if they can come up with shit, hell, so can an entrepreneur. This is your time.
Your time. And I love that you said that about with the business, because I have my dance studio, and I've had so many people tell me, you need to quit your studio, you need to close it, you need to think of something else. And I'm like, I'm keeping my studio, don't matter what. I'm doing online lessons, though. I still don't personally feel safe to have group classes yet, but that's my decision.
Right.
I'm not getting rid of it. That's my baby. And
it doesn't make sense if you're very invested and you actually have passion for what you're doing.
Yes.
If you have passion, like I have passion for clothes. Like I love clothes. Like I love to see people in clothes.
Yes.
I like that. That is a passion of mine. So if it's not a passion, and say I was, I had a hair salon and I don't know how to do hair to save my life. Girl, I got to get my hair done 2-3 times a week. Ask my hairstylist who just left. That would be ridiculous to keep a hair salon and I have no idea.
Yeah.
Something like that you just really could. Yeah. But right now, the time right now for companies like myself and yourself is to think of other ways of outside the box of how to make more money. Because now you're forced to maybe do one-on-one more, or do Zoom exercising, and then you can keep that up when we get out of this hellhole we're in right now. It's an idea for right now for businesses now to look outside the box, because we've always been, this is how I make my money, I get my sales through my clothes, people walk in the store, blah 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 blah. Now I got to push other ways in marketing and doing marketing things that I never thought I'd be doing, because I never had to market so much, because my business more of word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Or you walking by or walk bys. Now I have to think of marketing, how I'm going to market more, because now even marketing, if you're in the marketing business, this is the time, because places are booming. If you do marketing for social IG and all that, this is the time to get people, hey, I can get your numbers up and blah, blah, blah. So business wise, it's a shift. Everybody has shifted, and it's a shift that we needed. I don't know that we needed to, have COVID, but it was a shift that was needed.
Yes, agreed.
It really was, because I was telling my son the other day how in his generation, in my generation, they came up with things, there were cures for things. Even in our parents, there were automobiles made, planes made. What have y'all done? Like, created, except for IG and Facebook and it's crazy. In my time, computers were made. There were these great inventions, and when you think about it, I'm like, what have y'all done? Oh my God, what have you invented? When you think about it, so this is a time for those people that have these inventive thoughts and entrepreneurial skills to put this, because it's the time, because we need. Again, this shift is because we need something different. We need to start going up. We've been at a standstill because, again, nothing has been invented. We still cannot find the cure for cancer. I don't know what they do with that money.
But it needs to be invested better, maybe.
Think about it. We have been giving to cancer society, cancer this, cancer that for years, centuries maybe.
Yeah.
And yet there's still no cure. But we cured COVID.
Yeah, it does seem like there is a lot going on in the world that's so fast paced and so like ahead of the times that we're doing too much and not giving a chance for everything to really like have in-depth look at stuff like cancer, research and other stuff, and just slowing down.
Right. And looking for ideas or better ways, like you said, to invest that money, because they have made a lot of money. Trust and believe.
Yeah.
But yet there's no cure. But you've cured other things that we never thought could get. You know what I mean? So I think, again, it's a time to focus on things that, we have yet to ever really focus on, and to create an event and invent things that should get us on a high. I thought 2020, because what did Prince say in 1999? I want to party like it's 1999. I thought we was gonna be on spaceships and shit by now. Like, I don't remember I don't know if you remember the Jetsons, but I remember the Jetsons, and I was like, wow, I can't wait to sit there with a dog in the.
Me too.
And I was ready, because every time I sit in the traffic out here, I'm thinking I can't wait till we're like in the air and I don't have to. I just
yes.
But we still are driving cars. So or I thought we would at least know Martians by now. UFOs, something I thought would happen, even if we were to walk on, water, something.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I thought the same thing too.
Right. Nothing has happened. So this shift needed to be, I am sorry for all those who have obviously lost their lives due to the shift, but a shift had to happen. So in business, I think right now, for sure, even for myself, like I said, things have changed for me, because now I've had to focus on things I never really focused on, which is marketing more. I'm about to revamp my whole website and include, free shipping, or we'll drive, and drop off the clothes to, I'm revamping things. And also thinking about, like I said, I think before, putting a store elsewhere, because I was in the mix of, thought process of that, of going, and I wanted a store in Houston, where I'm from, but that's stopped, because that shape, that hump,
big hump. Yeah.
So now it was making me think and focus on better ways on how to make money in this. Now that things have just shifted to the point where marketing, I'm going to redo my website, and I'm going to give more, offer more delivery service. I'm going to do that. Whoever thought? So now, it's making me think differently, which I think any entrepreneur, and like my husband, he goes to the office every day. Wow. I miss those days.
Yeah. Yeah. So much time.
Right. And they're now, being the head of his company, they probably won't be going back to work, he said, till like April, May, something like that.
Wow.
Because now he can just work at home. Yeah. He could just do Zoom meetings all day, where I can't speak in my own house from 9 to 5 because I'm too loud.
Oh no.
Right. Like, you sure they opening in April?
Please. That's so funny.
Because your office somewhere.
I am attracted to my opposite too. And the guys I'm attracted to are very analytical and very, very smart. And I'm just so creative and just so over there.
What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, I'm a Libra. I was going to say.
Okay.
Oh, you're a Virgo. You're all about the money. All right, girl.
I'm working on that money.
Leo. He's a Leo Virgo because he's cut August 22nd. So he's cussed Leo Virgo.
Okay.
And then my son is a Virgo. He's August 28th. Yes, I got Virgos all around.
You got Virgos all around you.
Virgos. Like, you know what? All my friends right now are like Virgos. My hairstylist is a Virgo. One of my best friends is a Virgo. I got them surrounded. We would get along famously, girl.
Right? No wonder why. Definitely.
And you guys are smart, though. That's what I like. You're analytical, too, but you're smart about your business. I like
that. That's true. That's true. And
I come up with great ideas, too.
Yes, I'm a little bit more creative than I am as far as like the tidy part of the Virgo.
Oh yeah, my son missed all that. I don't understand. They said you're supposed to be neat.
Yeah, why aren't you a Virgo?
I mean, he doesn't like taking, he's a strange bird. But you know what? I hear that about all 16-year-olds, like boys.
It's true.
Very strange breed.
That's true. And it's probably really hard on kids. You never really think about like what the kids are thinking and feeling.
Oh, he don't care. He's making an A in Spanish right now, and he don't know a lick of Spanish. I don't even understand. I think they need to go back to school because these kids are not going to be very bright next year. I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm not going to say nothing. I like to brag that my son is a straight A student now. I didn't get to do that before.
Oh no. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But yeah, so now you have the online store, which I'm super excited about, so I can look through your stuff and maybe do some shopping. Yeah,
so I'm right now as we speak, dealing with the marketing for the IG account, the Facebook, and all, Etsy. Now we're on Etsy. I would have never did Etsy, but now you got all these other. Like I said, it's so many facets that I never thought to dig in or even think to even put myself. Because I'm just a store. But now you really have to start creating other ways and thought processes for your finances. It is what it is. But it's cool though because it also puts something on your belt again because I don't know anything about some of this stuff. When these little technical people, see, I couldn't even get on here.
Yeah, but you did it. You did it.
See, it's making me think. I'm gonna do this. I got this.
It's so true though. Marketing is so hard. I used to do just word of mouth and people just knew me in the community. And now I'm really having to like advertise myself and sell myself and market. And it's like,
yeah, and I'm not used to it. Normally, I'm just the name behind, the face behind the name. I never had to really be out and doing. And now, I really have to get out and push my product.
Yeah.
Like as if I just started. Because in the beginning, you have to push your brand. But once you're settled and you're breaking even, you tend to just like, oh, okay, I'm going to let it run itself. Yeah. Well, that didn't happen for me, hump.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, such great tips. You have to find your niche. You have to push your product. Do the online stuff. Think outside of the box. Don't give up. Stick with it. Go.
Yeah. Once you have a brand and it's a passion, don't listen to anybody. Because the minute you start, we get over these humps, and by next year things get back to kind of starting getting normal. Then you would have given up this whole, brand or thought. And either you're going to have to start back over or think of something else, because by then somebody else who didn't give up is going to accelerate. So you don't want to just give up unless it's really financially, hurting you. I get it. It's hard, but maybe just put it on the burner for now.
Yeah. And
then start thinking of ideas like myself that you can create to input in your entrepreneurial idea. I just don't, that is always what even doing this, but also when I speak and do speaking engagement, one of my main things is, and I teach kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm always in front of kids, is never give up. It just really, it sounds cliche, and people like, well, you didn't give up and you're doing well, but but I always find when you don't give up, you end up getting what you want. May not be how you thought it was going to be.
But you get it.
But you get it. You may not like it.
Yeah, once you get it.
Yeah. But if you keep and you stick with it, you do end up getting what you want. Maybe not how you got it, or maybe not how you imagined it to be. But you really, if you don't give up, either you're going to find that one or two things. You didn't give up and you persevered and you got what you wanted, but it wasn't what you're supposed to be doing. Or you stick in it and you get to a higher level that you thought you could never even touch. You know what I mean? That's like you got to kind of talk, especially if kids are listening, their realm, like a rapper for sure, like say Cardi B or somebody like that, who never thought, I'm sure she thought one day I want to be a rapper. But she never thought, the way she was going to have to do it, it was through reality TV. And you know what I mean? You never thought the steps that she ended up getting to be this rapper. And I don't even know that she wanted to be this big rapper that she is. I was going to rap. But she still had to take steps to get there. And she still had to go into reality TV. I'm sure she never thought of that, like being on TV, but there's steps to it. And you may not, and look where she is now. I don't think she would have ever thought in her million, in her dreams that she would hit this height.
Yeah.
And same with anybody, Apple, the guy from Apple.
Oh my God.
Sure, right? I'm sure they sitting there. This was an idea.
Yeah.
And see how long it took them to get it, but look at where they are now. Unfortunately, I'm sure they never dreamed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it would be this.
Yeah.
Everybody would be using their product. I don't think they, so never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up. If you have the passion for what you're doing.
Yes.
You're being abused at a 9 to 5. Get the hell out.
Get out. And go. And I love how you did it's the ins and outs. It's the ups and downs. And it's not going to be just one straight road to your career, to your job, to your business world. Yeah.
At all. And I try to teach my son that too, that even though when you're sitting here watching these actors and these rappers and you put them on such high pedestal, they did a lot to just get where they're getting. They didn't just have the talent. Trust and believe that. They just didn't have talent, and all of a sudden they, and that's it's sad, but a lot of kids think you just have to have the talent and know somebody, and then bam, you're famous. No, they have gone through a lot of, and that's another thing with this shift. We're watching how some of these people actually got where they were. A lot of abuse was in there. With the Weinstein, stuff was happening that we didn't think. Like, oh my God, is that what you did to get there?
Yeah, it's so true.
They took steps. Maybe not the steps we would take, but they took steps.
Yes, the hustle is real.
Right, like everything is not as it seems. There is struggle along the way, and people tend to forget that when they're looking at they always see the end result, but they never look at all the humps and so that's why I say never give up. Just like never give up.
I love it so much.
Nice. It's shining upon me.
I know the wine is shining. It's so pretty.
I have windows galore in this house, as you can see. It's just windows everywhere.
It's so pretty. Natural light is the best.
Balloons my husband got me. Anniversary. I know, right?
Yes.
If he gives me another balloons for I said this 7 months ago. I love balloons. Now, every occasion he gives me balloons.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Shout out, husband. That's so cute.
Will that work I love cars.
Do it. Give it a try.
I love diamonds.
I love exotic jewelry.
Right. He gives me balloons on everything now. It's like, okay.
So I love it so much. What things do you have coming up for you then?
Like I said, like right now, because of where I am in LA, is nothing happening. So it's kind of like a sit and wait game. Okay. So again, right now it's that sit and wait game where I'm able to focus on getting the website up by the first of the year, getting the IG, the Facebook, and all the marketing part. I just started doing that a couple of weeks ago. So I got a team working to build that up, and hopefully, you're not closed, but we're hoping. They told us we're going to be closed for another 3 to 4 months. Not months, but weeks. Wow. So
hopefully soon.
And this is only the first week, so
the countdown.
We'll be in for Christmas and New Year's here. Yeah. We don't. There's nothing we can do, so I can't really do anything. Yeah. Everything's shut down here. It's very sad, but it, like I said, it's good because now it gives me a chance to really focus on how to excel my brand even more. So I know I have an article coming out about kind of like what we just spoke of in The Voyage, I believe. I have something coming out. And I always love also giving. I'm a very giving person. And I always like to shout out my charities that I always do. One of them is called the Genesee Center, and the Genesee Center actually is for abused women, men, and children. And it's headed by my girl Karen, and and then Holly Berry is a spokesperson for that. She's really high up there. I only did it because Holly was up. No, I love this charity.
Oh.
And it's because of right now, a lot of people are experiencing that because of sitting in the house, a lot of abuse, believe it or not. And it's really sad, So I love it. It's called Genesee Center.
Oh.
And the other one that I love, this one is about children.
Oh.
Maybe I'll start a charity.
Oh, yeah, that would be incredible.
No, that's too much work. So
it is a lot of work. It is.
It seriously is. I thought about it, but shit. The other one is called Freedom for Youth, and this one is in Santa Barbara, and it helps like kind of wayward. It tries to get gang members and kids that dropped out of school and people that have been in trouble with the law to get back on course. It's called Freedom for Youth, and that one is excellent. And and that's why I said I go and speak a lot to them, because to teach them entrepreneurial skills. Because a lot of times when kids are getting in trouble, it's because they are creative, and we're taught not to shove that creativity down in school, because it's so built on tests and SATs and Spanish. No,
it's so true though.
My son, right? It's so built like that people that are actually creative sometimes go wayward, and to get attention. And school is hard. It really is hard. It's hard. It's hard. I say to my son, it's not, but
it's hard. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the youth do want to do things, and they do want to be productive. They just don't know how. They just don't have the tools.
And I always feel like it is your duty, once you do make it, to come back and teach, because we're taught not to speak when we're hurt, or we're taught not to speak of our trials and tribulations that on the way up. And that's why a lot of kids right now only see the outcome, but they never see what happened in between and how the person grew up and blah, 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 because we're taught not to speak of that.
Yeah.
Because we fear we're going to be, talked about, or, oh, you did that. Oh my God, this happened to you. Because we fear our growth, which is sad, because we shouldn't. We should, that's when you really want to pat that person on the back, like, wow, you really made it. Like, for real, for real.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, it's serious. And they don't, we're so just taught not to talk about, because that was one thing I was taught in my household. Anything happened in this house, you better not say a word. Okay, but right, we're taught to fear our growth and fear who we really are. So when I'm teaching these kinds of cats, I think I feel like, they had it hard. Not everyone grew up like these boys. And it's all boys, believe it or not. This is all boys. Freedom for Youth is for all. It's mostly all boys. And again, gang members that had no way out. And I try to teach them, being an entrepreneur, and what if you could do. What would you do? And giving them tasks and creating things in ways. Like one exercise I gave them, I brought them all of them a pair of tennis shoes, sneakers, right? And I said, for a brand, that's very important in business, is your brand. So I want you to think of what you would name your sneaker store. What would be the name, and what is your logo? Because your logo is important.
Yes.
It was so cool how at first they had, like most kids, I don't want to do that, man. You gonna do it. So, and then the creativity that came out of that. And you should see the shoes that they actually made and the logos. And they were so excited with their names of, what they created for their sneaker store. It was awesome. So I love, teaching the youth, because I don't have a problem with, talking about myself, as you can tell. Hours.
Yeah, that's so incredible.
If I could touch, that thing, again, cliche, but if I could touch one or two people before I go.
No.
I that excites me, to feel that I touched those guys' hearts, because they're hardcore guys. Like, they hardcore girls.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Right. So to sit there and get them to get excited about doing, and like actually thinking I can be something outside of what the path I started on, and take this to another level. And I said, at any time you can call me if you really actually want to do this. So You know, I just say, you know, I love entrepreneurs. Like, I love creativity. I guess I love 9-to-5ers too, nerds. I guess they help out in the equation too.
I love you all. I love it. Was there anyone that you wanted to do a special shout out to?
Just those two. I think Genesee Center. I think it's www.genesee Center. I think .com. Don't get me to lying. My bad. And then I know for a fact it's freedomforyouth.org, and they're in Santa Barbara. And again, awesome, just awesomeness. I'm very glad that I'm able to give back. And that's how I give back. A lot of, you know, I think you have to give back. Yeah. And it's growth too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and then I want to give a shout out, obviously, to my husband because it's our 12th anniversary. 11 or 12, something like that. He remembers days, months, times. I don't think we really do that. But he knew it was April. I met you in April. I didn't know that. I thought it was winter.
Yes, happy anniversary. Shout out.
And then it's my grandmother.
Oh.
Also, it's her birthday, and she is 106 years old.
Oh.
And honestly, that's how I got probably my entrepreneurship like bug, because they created the first Black real estate company in Houston, Texas. So I think that's where I also have that within me. And my mother, they're all entrepreneurs, even though they're brainiacs, and my mother's an engineer, but she also, you know, real estate on the side. Like, it's like we are thinkers and creative people, but I wanted to wish her a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
I don't know that I want to do that, but
That's so
her mom, she outlived her mom. Her mom was, when she passed, my grandmother died at 105.
Wow.
Right. That's
incredible.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if I want to.
Well, you look like you haven't aged a day since I last talked to you. You look beautiful. You're
I'm the big 5-0 now.
Oh my goodness gracious! I feel like the 5-0 is like the new 20.
I think it's the genes, because I mean she's 106.
Yeah,
we're vampires. I've been watching a lot of vampire movies in this quarantine.
Like me.
Werewolves. I think I'm a vampire or witch, one of them.
I love it.
I don't know how they have lived to this long. Like,
yeah,
it's just amazing.
It is so
like
amazing.
106.
It's amazing.
I can't say that I would want to do that, but the fact that she is still doing it,
it's incredible.
Right. And you know what? She didn't give up.
Yes, don't give up. Theme of the day: don't give up, guys.
At a certain age, you know, they want to go. They honestly want to go. After like that 90, they want to go. And she has said it ever so often, but she is still here. So never give up.
Yes.
You too can live until 106.
Yes. I love it. What is it that you want to be remembered for?
You know, you freak me out with that question.
It could be recent, not in the future.
I'm all like, well, I'm hoping I live to 106 if we talk about this. What do I want to be remembered for? Just, I guess that cliche, just never give up. And, you know, and again, I believe in entrepreneurship. I really do. I mean, go out and get it. You know, some people are just not made to be 9-to-5ers. They really aren't, you know. And if you have that bug where you feel like my ideas are better than my boss's, or, you know, sometimes there are signs when you are an entrepreneur. I say, you know, don't be afraid to take that leap, especially right now, you know, and let's be creative and inventive. But remember me by, that's a hard one. Don't give up. How many times have I said that shit?
Don't give up. I love it. Yes.
Don't give up, no matter how many humps come your way.
I love it. It has been such a pleasure and such an honor. I've had so much fun. And thank you for illuminating the world with your presence. You are such a shining light, and you are such a huge inspiration to not give up. And definitely, you have really pushed through a lot of hurdles and a lot of struggles, and you're still going.
Still going. Because guess what? I didn't give up. No, I'm playing. I'm going to stop saying that. My punchline. I'm gonna do that all day today. Honey, but I didn't give up.
I love it. Yes. It has been such a pleasure.
Well,
Thank you so much.
for having me, of course.
Yes.
And have fun in Florida for me.
I will.
Coconut margarita for me.
Okay. I won't.
Make me get on a plane and go over there. Don't you do it.
Yes, you're always welcome to come.
No, or you can come here.
Yes, I woke him up and I'll drink that coconut margarita for you.
Focus and a little bit of traffic.
True.
Okay, a pleasure.
Yes.
A pleasure.
Lots of love. Bye. Thank you, love. Thank you guys for tuning in. It has been such a pleasure. It was so much fun today. So thank you for listening and watching Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez, illuminating the world one voice at a time. Thank you, guys.